Thursday. I hope you're having a great day. Y'all, I'm really excited about today's project because we're going to make a Frosty hat and hat stand. So we're going to be using this little hat, this flocked hat. It's large and it's super duper cute. It is $5.99. We're going to be using it and we're going to make a stand for it to go on, and we're going to decorate the hat and make it look like it's Frosty's hat, and we're just going to have some fun with it. Okay, so I'm excited about this. I think it's going to be really fun. We have today, the hats are 15% off. The flocked hats are 15% off. So we have this one, and we have another style that's got a taller, it's a little bit higher, and it is $5.49. And then we've got the archival inks are 15% off today, as well as the stamps and the stamp blocks. And then the rusty bells and stars are also 15% off today. So got lots of great things 15% off today, including these really great flocked snowman hats that are black. And we've had these before in a smaller size. So this year we did the larger size of these, and these are super cute. They would definitely work for the stacked pumpkin snowman if you wanted to do this instead of the other hat on your stacked pumpkin snowman. And you could use any of the hats. You could even use these fabric hats for this project as well. You just have to kind of stuff the inside of the hat to make it a little bit sturdier, but you can definitely make that work. Anyways, so when you hop on, say hello, let me know you're watching. Don't forget about the Shop Your Stash Snowman Challenge. You've got until July 31, 11:59 p.m. I'm sorry, a.m., not p.m. I need to check some of my posts to make sure I did a.m. and not p.m. 11:59 a.m. on that. So right around noon on July the 31st is the deadline for the Shop Your Stash Snowman Challenge. Somebody's going to receive a $200 Hobby Lobby gift card, all right? So make sure you get your snowman done. Don't forget to take a picture of your supplies. Just kind of, when you pick out all of your supplies, just kind of lay them all out like this. It doesn't have to be pretty. And just take a picture, okay? And then post that and the picture of your snowman to your personal social media. Make sure that you have that post set to public so that we can see it. If it's not public, even if you tag us, we cannot see your post, okay? So make sure it's set to public, and then tag us at the Celebration CO. And then also make sure that you tag 3 friends as well, okay? And invite them to join and do the Shop Your Stash Snowman also. Okay, let's see who we've got joining me today. Hey, Tina, first one on today. Hi, Rhonda. Hey, Cindy. Hi, Lori. Hello, Jennifer. Hi, Carol. Goran, Carol Traskell. Hey, Barbara. Hello, Aletta. Good to see you today. Hi, Teresa. I'm good. I hope that injection helps, though, Teresa. Hi, Kay. Hey, April. Hi, Pam. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. All right, so let me tell you what I've got. So again, we're going to be using this black flocked snowman hat. And then I have a 5-inch styrofoam ball, except this is half of a 5-inch styrofoam ball. Megan, you can go to Facebook and send us a message there. You can also email us at hello@thecelebrationco.com. So we're going to be using this styrofoam ball. I have got a sock, this little sock here. I have some fabrics. I've got a 5-inch round plaque. These are available at celebrationcompany.com as well. And I've got a Dollar Tree candlestick, a couple of little trims, some ribbon, some florals, a piece of fabric. So just several different things that we're going to just play with to create a really fun hat stand for our Frosty hat. So let's make the stand first. We're going to start by covering this styrofoam ball. So I'm going to be using a sock. You want to use something that is stretchy because I don't really want this to be gathered. Now you could do that, but I don't really want that look. I want a nice smooth look. And so I'm choosing to use a sock because then it's not going to be gathered. I'm going to be able to stretch it around so that it's nice and flat. Okay. So I'm going to start by just putting this on here and kind of seeing what I get with this. And then I'll decide what I need to cut off. So just kind of slid it right in there. Okay. And I'm going to cut this in. So I'm using kind of the part that goes up the leg, not the foot part. Make sure I cut it far enough down. And then I'm going to start gluing this to the bottom side. And the idea is just that I pull it so that I don't have any wrinkles, okay? So that it's nice and smooth. And then we'll remove the excess as as we get everything glued down. So I'm just going to take some glue, a little bit of hot glue around the bottom here. And then I'll just pull this fabric around. Just like that, so that it's nice and smooth. Hey, Emmy, we are making a Frosty hat and hat stand today. Hi, Denise. Hello, Tamara. Hey, Joan. Okay, so now this side, we're going to do the same thing. Okay. There we go. That looks pretty good. Add a little bit of glue inside here. Okay, so now I can start just removing the excess. I'm going to take my scissors and just cut right down the middle here. And then I'm just going to add glue around all of the edge so that everything is glued down all around the edge so we can just remove all the excess that we have. Oh, really fun, Jamie. Thanks, Tina, for asking. I haven't really asked her if she wants me to share this or not, but I guess I'm going to share it anyways. Test results came back, and she does not have the parasite, but she does have E. coli. And so they've put her on an antibiotic. They said she should feel better within 3 weeks. So unfortunately, it's still going to be a little while before she starts to feel better. But it's not the parasite, so I think that's a little bit better because the parasite says it will last longer. And then my dad, I think, went to the doctor this morning. So she's She's doing okay. She doesn't feel horrible. Mostly it's just the act, you know. So it's not like she feels sick, she says. Or not like she does, you know, when she has like a stomach bug. It's not like that. We do not know how they got it either, or how she got it. I'm assuming my dad has it too. Okay, so we've got this, and this is what it looks like. So I just used this little sock that was stretchy. Kind of has like a tweed feel to it, so I felt like it would be perfect for this. You could use anything you wanted to. Like I said, I recommend something stretchy. I think that's going to be the easiest way to do this, so you get this nice smooth look. So now I'm going to take my round. This is going to end up going right on top of the 5-inch round. I'm going to go ahead and paint this, and I'm going to paint it black to match the other black that we have going on. Thank you all. Thank you for your prayers and for thinking about them. Unfortunately, we did have to cancel our plans today for the glitz, and we also had to cancel her party that's going on this weekend as well. So that sucks. It sucks that this has hit them right at her birthday. You know, and she's already really dreading this birthday, and now, you know, she had some things to look forward to make it a little more bearable, and now she's got this going on. All right, I think I got too much paint on here. You're just gonna sit there and watch me? Thank you, Gloria. Now, I didn't really have to do all of the top with this, since I'm going to be gluing that ball onto the top. That's what we told her, that we'll still celebrate, we'll still do these things, but, you know, it gives her something to look forward to. Okay, I need my heat tool, bud. Yes, Susan. I am. I'll tell you that. I am. I am scared to eat things. Any fresh vegetable or fruit, I've pretty much sworn off. I'm scared of it, you know, which is dumb. That's just dumb. I hate that. I can't wait until they can figure out where specifically it's coming from, you know? All right. Okay, so I am going to paint the bottom of this as well, because that will be seen. No, Tina, it is not cold here. It's just, it's cold in the air conditioning. That is probably the number one question that I get on here is, are you cold? Especially in the summertime. But if the air conditioning is on 70 degrees and I am in the basement, it's at least 68 down here, and that's cold. So I mean, I do wear, you know, I got a sleeveless on, so that, you know, when I go out and about, I can just take my sweater off. No, you cannot take any chances, Teresa, that's for sure. And, you know, what's even more is here, we're all worried about this parasite. And here, mom and dad come down with something else that's not the parasite that they most likely got from something they ate. You know? Is it, Tina? I did not know anything about that. Okay, so we've got our little base done. We're gonna glue this little piece onto the base. I'm trying to decide which side I want to add it. I think I'm gonna flip the base over and add it to the bottom side. I'm glad to hear that, Lisa. All right, so did quite a bit of hot glue. Let's just add this on. We're just gonna make sure this is centered. And then I'm just gonna press this down really well. That's right, Barbara. Just because it's 95 degrees outside doesn't mean it's 95 degrees inside, you know? It can still be very cold inside. All right, so now what we're gonna do is add a little bit of trim to this. So I've got two options. I've got some jute trims that look like this. This is from Dollar Tree, I think. So we could do it, which I think is probably what I'm going to do. Let me show you what it looks like, and it looks really good. I only had two options, really. It was either the jute or it's this blue that I've got. I couldn't find anything else that would work. Unless I just did velvet, which I could do that. Then I've got this blue, which is kind of the right material, the right type of trim, but I've only got it in this blue color. So, you know, I don't know if I like the blue. Not a lot of it's going to be seen because, you know, once you put your hat on, depending upon how much you cover, you know. Now, let me see what the velvet ribbon would look like. I've got the velvet ribbon in 3 colors, green, red, and blue. I don't mind it either. So y'all tell me, which one do you like? Because I can't decide. I have pulled out some green velvet ribbon that I thought I might use, but I've also got some red fabrics over here that I thought I might use for embellishing the hat. So I'm a little bit torn. I don't have anything black, I don't think, that would work. What about white? Nope. So I think those are my best options. Okay, the first one. Be careful, bud. Watch those boxes. Okay, it looks like y'all are saying the jute. So we'll go with the jute one. All right. So we're just gonna hot glue this all around to just hide that seam. And I want to try and keep it somewhat even. I'm just adding a line of glue right along the base of the styrofoam. That looks really good. Okay. And let me trim this raw edge so it looks a little bit better to butt them up against each other. Okay. I'll just cut off the excess. All right, so there's that. So now I'm going to use this Dollar Tree candlestick. And we're just going to add this right on top of the Dollar Tree candlestick. And that's going to be our little hat stand. So I'm going to use a little bit of hot glue and a little bit of super glue. And hopefully I can make it stick. Okay. Flip this over. Try and make sure that's centered. All right, so there's our stand. We're going to let that sit for a little bit. And we may come back and do a little bit of distressing to it. We're going to move on to our hat. Okay? All right. So we just need to do some embellishing. I do think I want to distress the hat just a little bit. So I'm going to start with some milk chocolate, I think, and a pouncer. Okay, and I'm just going to take and just add a little bit of this around this hat. So I'm starting by just going around the edges. It does kind of look like a lamp, doesn't it? And then in some places, I'm just going to bring a little bit more up onto the hat. To make it just a little bit more so you can see what we're doing there. And I'm going to do some up here. Just kind of wherever. It turned out really good, Barbara. I'll show you here in a second. You can even rub this on. That looks pretty good too, to rub this. All right, so that's what the hat looks like. Here's the tree. I think it's set, but I don't know for sure because it says to let it set for 72 hours. But this is what it turned out. How it turned out. So it turned out really good. I'm really happy with it. It came out the way that I wanted. I knew that the candy canes and the little candies were going to be too tall. And so I like how they're kind of peeking out of the resin, but you can tell that the resin was poured over top of it. So that's the reason why I wanted to do those pieces first before I added the resin. So it looks really good. I'm really happy with it. All right, let's try this. And I think I'm going to go on and distress the hat stand as well, because we want the two to, you know, kind of match each other. So I'm going to go in here with more of the milk chocolate on this hat stand. And let's make sure to get the stand itself as well. Well, darn. Apparently it hadn't set yet. Being too rough with it. Let me take this hot glue off and try it again. Okay. I guess I'll leave it like this. And just try and distress it from here. Okay, so there's our stand. Just to kind of show you what this is gonna look like. How cute is that? Okay, so let's keep embellishing our hat. Of course, we've got to add some florals to the hat. So I've got a couple of different types of florals. I've got this one here that has the sort of realistic looking, real touch leaves. And then I've got the other one like this. And so I'm kind of thinking I want to use both. I think that, yeah, I think one of these is going to be too big, so I'm going to cut it down. And maybe we do yeah, I think like that looks good. Kind of like that. So let's do that. I'm just going to do it with the hot glue, I think. So I'm just going to add some hot glue right here in this corner. I'm going to add these florals in first. All right. And then we'll add this other style. Cut this down a little bit. I agree. I just feel like everything needs a little greenery at Christmas time. Okay. And so we've got that. That's a good idea, a band around the base of the hat. I like that thought. I hadn't planned to do that. It's a little late for that, but it's a good idea. So here's how that's looking. I think it's going to be super cute. All right, let's add some berries. So I can either do this style of berries or this one, or I could combine them. So let's see here. This one here, only got the one sprig. I could sort of flip that though. I'm so glad to hear it, Patricia. All right, and then let's try these. Maybe just do them both. Let's see how that looks. Okay, I think I like that. So we're just going to do both of those. So I'm going to take this one and glue it in here. And of course, we're going to add in the other ones as well. I'm going to turn that down. Okay, that's looking good. All right, I know that I want to do a thank you, Nancy. I know that I want to do a tag that says Frosty, so I'm going to go on and do that. So I'm going to use this piece of fabric that I have right here. It's got like a yellow stripe on it. I think it came from Dollar Tree, but I'm going to use this bit right here, hopefully. So I'm just going to cut it. And tear it. Okay. Now this might be too big, but I'd rather it be too big and be able to cut it down than the opposite. I think that I'm gonna spell out Frosty, and I think I'm gonna do the letters individually so that I can make them go closer together. Because otherwise, the way that you have to space them, there's a lot of space in between. So I think I'm gonna just do one at a time. Okay. And I'm spelling out Frosty here. This way I can move my letters closer together. These. S. All right, one more. Now for the Y. Okay. There we go. Again, these stamps and blocks are all 15% off today, and the archival inks are 15% off as well. All right, so we've got our little tag. Now I just need to cut it down a little bit, and then we of course have to distress it because this is way too bright white for what we want. I'm gonna just cut this ribbon or this fabric and then fray it because it's a little bit hard to tear. But it does fray really easily. Okay, so there's that. Now let's see if we can't distress this a little bit. I'm gonna take walnut stain, I think. And I think I'm gonna use a brush for this instead of the ink blender. Because that way I can just kind of get over the whole thing. I think I can get around these little frayed edges a little bit better. Okay, so there's our little tag. Oh no, Nancy. Well, congrats on moving. That's really exciting. And let's see here. Do we want to... We got to figure out how we want to finish this off. Let me grab Rusty Bells. So these are also 15% off today. I'm thinking I'm going to put a Rusty Bell right in the middle here. I'm going to remove one of these berries. Because it's in the way. And I'm just going to glue the Rusty Bell just right there. Okay. Then, can we do... Let's decide how we're going to hang the tag on here. I need to decide if I want to maybe just, let's see, where is that? Here it is. This green velvet ribbon. Let me see this. This is from Hobby Lobby. I'm going to make a little bow out of this. If you are a DIY darling, I'll see y'all tonight for our tutorial. Okay, so I was thinking about possibly adding, I don't know if I like the green or not, but I do sort of like that application of the bow and the tag. But the green velvet may not work. I think it's got to be red. So let's go with this one here. And I'm going to just tear a piece. Some faux snow. You could certainly do that. Let's see what this looks like. With a little scrappy fabric bow. Okay, so that's not bad, and we can use a rusty pin. What do y'all think about that? I don't think I mind that. I'm almost thinking it needs to be a little distressed, though. You like the red bow? There's a little too much bright white in it. So let's just distress it a little bit. Okay, and then let me grab a rusty pin, safety pin. Okay, so got a little rusty safety pin here. I'm just gonna safety pin the tag to the bow. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and glue that down. Hi, Nancy. Okay. Just wondering about a couple of little bells hanging off of that. I wonder if I take a little piece of wire. I don't know if this is gonna look right or not. I might not like it, but I'm gonna try it. Okay, let's see here. Thinking that if I twist this together a little lower down, and maybe I just kind of hang this on this safety pin. I don't know, it might be too much. What do y'all think? Okay, I'm getting hot now. So the resin ornament turned out really good. I'm posting pictures tonight, I think, is when I've got pictures going out. And so I have not heard about the fires. But that's awful that it's that bad. All right. I'm trying to decide about the snow. I think this is looking super duper cute right now. It's really, really cute. I am a little bit torn about the snow. I mean, it is frosty, so it makes sense for there to be a little bit of snow on it. I'm just worried because the snow is white. It's bright white. And so I don't think I'm going to like it. So I think I'm going to leave it. I don't think I'm going to do any snow. I think we're going to leave it just like this. I don't really think it needs anything else. I think it's looking cute. I thought about that, Wanda, but I think I'm going to leave it as it is. So here's how it turned out. So we've got our little hats. We just took one of our flocked snowman hats. This one is the one that's $5.99, and it is shorter than the other one. The other one we have is a little bit taller, okay? And then we just decorated it up. We made this little hat stand using a half of a styrofoam ball, a 5-inch styrofoam ball, a sock, some trim from the Dollar Tree, the 5-inch plaque that we have available on the website, and a Dollar Tree stand. And that's all there is to it. Or a Dollar Tree candlestick, not a stand, Dollar Tree candlestick. So here it is. I think it turned out adorable. I hope y'all like it. This is a fun, cute little craft project for Christmas. So I hope you'll give it a try. All right, y'all. Well, I will see you all tomorrow. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. If you're a DIY darling, I'll see you tonight. I love y'all. Have a wonderful evening. Bye, everybody.